Here we go. Round one, Raul Curiel versus Randall. This is definitely a fight of different styles. You got the long boxer, going to try to control range with his jab, 76-inch reach for welterweight, which is mental. To put that in context, Bud Crawford had a 74-inch reach, right? And was much longer than Errol Spence. Now you got this guy with a 76-inch reach. Even Boots only had a 74-inch reach. And then, of course, Raul Curiel, the Mexican fighter, a guy I've never been really impressed with so far in his career. But obviously, we know what he wants to do. He wants to get inside, break down that body, and put the beatings on Randall. The question is he going to be able to do that? Which guy is going to be able to establish their style of boxing? On the ropes, in the middle of the ring, who is it going to be? So far, obviously, Randall's doing well enough keeping on the outside. Curiel's being patient so far. As you would expect in the first round. Curiel should be very strong for this fight. Obviously, he came in 1 pound overweight in the weigh-in, which for a non-title fight, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Historically, nobody made weight for non-title fights. Oh, that backhand was there for Randall. He's not much of a power puncher though, so that's his biggest hurdle. Does he have enough pop to sort of keep Curiel uh, honest during this 10-round fight? Good little combination from Curiel right there. If Curiel can time his jab, then it's fight over. Nobody really established too much that round. It's more of a feeding out round. I'm not sure who you guys think won, but I would say it's here or there. You could give it to either guy depending on what style you like. Nobody was able to really make a statement. Sorry, I came on a little later. I was eating breakfast and I didn't want to come on screen and be gnashing away, having people watch me eat. That's rude. Drinking, that's a different thing. Yeah, if he can do that, establish his jab, it's going to be a short night for Quinton Randall. Round two. Yeah, I think Quinton Randall got to snap that jab out quick, not paw it out there. He paws out there and then it's going to be countered. But if you snap it out there, real dangerous. Already, Randall's nose is looking a little red from that one jab. Both guys don't have perfect records. Obviously, Randall's lost 3 times already, beating by guys kind of at the Curiel level, right? That next level, Randall just hasn't shown that he's at that level yet. And of course, Curiel has a draw versus what's his face, the guy that Santillian beat, Rocha. And I've never been really impressed with Rocha. His feet are very slow, very plodding. Curiel, on the other hand, for a Mexican fighter, his feet aren't too bad. Right? He moves around the ring pretty well. He cuts the ring off not bad. His feet are a little faster. That's why I sort of favored him in the Rocha fight. That's it. Establish that jab. Curiel would do good to jab to the chest and the body with that jab once in a while, just to lower his level, opening up potentially that looping right hand over the top. You don't want to be too predictable. And obviously, guys at this level, that's their problem, like Conwell earlier. Too predictable, right? They don't they don't do anything that sort of surprises their opponent. They get into a routine and they just do the same thing for 10 rounds. And that's why people were very critical of Conwell earlier. Conwell went in there and obviously beat Kroll, an undefeated fighter, who potentially could have been a fight similar to this, right? Conwell obviously fights a lot more like Curiel, whereas Kroll is more of a Quinton Randall type of boxer on the outside. Yet Conwell dominated the fight from the first round to the ninth. My only problem is that I had the 10th round TKO. I was a little disappointed it happened in the ninth round. Nice backhand from Quinton Randall. So that's why he's got to throw that jab to the chest. It's harder for a guy to move and be so elusive. But round two is in the book. I think Quinton Randall ended the round well, but I thought Curiel dominated the beginning of the fight round. I got Roach. Did you see that prospect Capita getting whacked by a journeyman? I didn't see it. I just saw the result that he got KO'd. And I was like, oh, that didn't work out very well for that kid. Sean, I'm leaning towards Zepeda's work rate, power, and body shots to make the difference against Roach. Where do you stand? Rafa says, I got Roach. Roach did deal with Tank's power, but Tank is not a good boxer and a headhunter. Well, Tank is also a low volume puncher, right? Very different than obviously Zepeda, who's going to come out and be high volume, similar to Cruz. But unlike Cruz, he's not so short. He doesn't have such a short reach. He's not so short in height. I'm leaning towards Zepeda. I think Zepeda's volume is potentially the difference between those two fighters. The question is, can Roach hurt Zepeda? We've seen Farmer hurt him. That was a nice little uppercut from Randall on the exit. Quinton looks like a much bigger fighter than Curiel. Much broader around the back and obviously much taller as well. So like even Quinton Randall, he's changing his tempo. He's changing the punches he's throwing. Still obviously fighting on the outside, but at least he's using variety. The problem with Curiel, where's the variety? But overall, when you look on the card, this is a pretty good Golden Boy card. Curiel hasn't even really dug too much to the body yet. Randall's now jabbing to the body, which is smart for him with that long reach. Throwing that jab right into the body of Curiel is going to help slow him down. You can't initiate those clinches, kid. When he tries to clinch, you got to throw body punches. Make it so that he doesn't want to get that close to you. What's Oscar's fucking girlfriend wearing? Big giant fucking hat and sunglasses. She thinks she's fucking Liz Taylor. Cheers, everyone. Good little combination from Curiel. Outside of that, though, I think this is definitely a Quinton Randall round. I think Curiel is just too. He's not letting his hands go. He's got to be more aggressive. More aggressive. Uh, Allen Tank can go to the body. Yeah, it's not that Tank can't go to the body. The problem with Tank is he throws one shot at a time. So if you're going to fight like that as a counterpuncher, Roach doesn't have to worry too much, right? He can smother those punches. He knows when you're in range, and then at that time, he knows to expect those punches thrown from you. A guy like Zepeda is just going to come out and work nonstop, right? Even if he's not landing clean shots, he's going to keep throwing shots. So far, Curiel is looking as one-dimensional as he always has looked to me. Definitely not a guy that I rate very high in the 147-pound division. So, what do you guys think about Keyshawn Davis ducking Devin Haney? That's a bad move, man. You duck Devin Haney, now you're making Devin Haney look good, right? By doing nothing, you make him look good. Ah, I cannot fucking agree with that. Boy, you're trying to make Haney look good. I wonder if this will let me. I use StreamYard just because the last time I used the other one, it didn't work very well. But man, StreamYard won't even let me share pictures on the screen. I just got to get more familiar with that other one. It's definitely not as good as StreamYard. But if you look at the current rankings for this is BoxRec, but the current welterweight rankings, you got Haney, Richard Hitchens at number 2, which is probably a good call. Ben at 3, which seems a little fucking crazy. Norman at 4, Barboza at 5, Lopez at 6, Liam Paro at 7, Jack Catterall at 8, Julian Rodriguez 9, Delonte Johnson 10, Roland Polanco. That guy is very disrespected. Nobody is giving him a chance, like to actually prove himself. He already beat this kid. Vladimir Musiev at number 12, Conan Walker at 13, Ryan Garcia at 14. That seems a little low for a guy who's a world champion. Jack Rafferty 15, Raul Curiel at 16, Lewis Crocker 17, Stanionis 18, Jose Rosa at 19, French fighter David Papat at 20, Patty Donovan 21, Karen at 22, Alex Rocha at 23. There's a lot of good fighters, this tier fighter, guys that aren't elite, but obviously are still good opponents, good fighters. But as far as guys that potentially are elite, I mean, you got Keyshawn, but who knows what's going on with him? You got obviously the Haney, Hitchens. I wouldn't say Ben is fucking elite. He has not proven that at all in anybody he's beaten. Lopez, Catterall's a boring fighter, but you got to put him up there. I mean, he's never really lost a fight, truthfully. And then even Ryan Garcia, you sort of got to put him up there right now. just for everything else that we've seen. So you got five like really elite fighters at that division. They don't even have Rolly Romero ranked. Oh, fucking, he must be WBA champion. So they don't even have Rolly there. So obviously Rolly's in that top 10 as well. Even though I wouldn't say he's elite, but he might be better than a lot of these guys here, which is unfortunate that he took like fucking such a long time, never defended his title, and didn't get a chance to show us against any of these opponents, potentially who would have exposed him or put something good on his resume. Round five. That was a good shot from Curiel. I hope that Haney ends up fighting Liam Paro. I mean, at least we get a unification fight, if nothing else. Obviously, Haney walked away from a Rolly Romero fight. And now Keyshawn walked away from a Devin Haney fight. So it's like, fuck, man. These dudes are social media personalities, but not so much boxers. But at least now we have two good fights set up. Obviously, Ryan and Ben, and Teo versus Rolly. If we could get Haney versus Paro, there is a third very good high level fight at 147. Obviously, Hitchens will be good if he gets one of those top fighters, but obviously he's just coming off of a victory, so that's probably not happening until later in the year or next year, depending on him. Nice little uppercut from Curiel. Nice right hand, nice left hand counter from Randall. Like, you got to stay in range, dude, or get out of range completely. What was my prediction for this fight? I predicted Curiel to get the ninth round TKO. Predicted Conwell to get the 10th round TKO. Zepeda, 12th round TKO. Muratala, 11th round TKO. So I picked TKOs, but all later in the fights, which shows you the matchmaking is pretty good. I don't think any of these are showcase fights. They're all legitimate opponents and not easy stylistic matchups either. Like you throw Curiel in with this guy so long and so defensive, it's not going to be an easy fight. Uh, who do you have in the main event? I have Zepeda. Yo, imagine if Haney doesn't even fight this year and people call him the face of the sport. Well, and that's not something that potentially won't happen, right? Like if Liam Paro's team wants too much money because they know this is a big opportunity for them, or maybe they want Devin Haney to come to Australia, uh, and that fight falls through because we know Haney's all about money, right? The reason the Rolly Romero fight didn't happen is because of money. Even after Devin Haney's dad said the deal was very good, they still walked away saying the deal was not good because there was not enough guarantees, right? They wanted more upfront guarantees on the purse, which shows you they don't really think they're the face of boxing because they don't think a fight like that would generate enough money. If they thought the fight would generate big pay-per-view upside, they would have done it, but they didn't. A Lean Paro fight is going to generate even less than a Rolly Romero fight. Liam Paro is not the name, the recognized personality that obviously Rolly Romero is at 147 pounds. He's the guy that we've already seen get masterclassed by Richard Hitchens. Maybe Haney will take the Hitchens fight for November. I mean, if nothing else, I mean, that's a great fight, but obviously there's no titles on the line for that fight. None of today's fighters fight often enough. Even Ortiz is killing his career with inactivity. Well, Ortiz is killing his career with fucking lots of things, and activity is just one of them. That guy also has a super exciting style as well, but man, he's walking the same path as fucking Mikey Garcia, right? A big buzz, you did everything right, and then obviously you fucking get into contractual issues, fucking fuck your career up. He had some health issues as well, and now you're just gonna probably jump at some big money fights to fill your pockets full of cash and then retire prematurely, and afterwards be like a forgotten guy who just never lived up to his potential. Remember, people were talking about Mikey Garcia in the same breath as Floyd Mayweather at one time. I don't know how you could ever say that. Stylistically, they're fucking nothing the same. But this just shows you how radical fans are and the stupid things they say consistently. Well, the way rate he's going, he's not going to get a fucking Boots fight. Boots will become undisputed and then just move to to middleweight to become a three-weight world champion. Why would he fucking stay at 154? Maybe potentially they can meet at 160. Like if Boots beats Kelly and then is able to fucking get Funduro in for a huge fight. And that's a huge fight. Undisputed, two champions, pay per view fight, probably the biggest money of their careers at this point. If he beats Funduro, I mean, pound for pound, you'd put him in the top five. And at that point, he'd probably move to 160. Why would he waste time with anybody else at 154 if you already beat all the champions? Very similar to Canelo versus David Benavidez. Do you see Boots being able to beat Funduro? Oh, yes. Definitely. Definitely. It's not that Funduro's not dangerous, but I just think he doesn't have the overall skill set to beat Boots Ennis. Like he was getting touched up with by Tim Zoo. I mean, and Tim Zoo is no fucking Boots Ennis. Never was, never will be. Curiel, you gotta like do more. It's already the seventh round, and at this point, even if you pull off the decision, I don't think it really puts you in a position for big fights. Because who the fuck is Quinton Randall? He's not ranked in the top 25 in the welterweight division. See, people talk about how this slick style is not something to be criticized, but Randall is definitely pulling the air out of the fucking gym in this performance. When you're doing all this movement, but you're not even throwing. Muhammad Ali moved around the ring consistently throughout a jab. Michael Nunn moved around the ring consistently through a jab, peppering you with jabs throughout the round, waiting to get you in position where he could then fucking open up with a combination on you. A guy like Randall has never thrown a combination in his fucking life, right? He's trying to pot shot and fight behind a jab that's not even effective as it should be. And then the inside, all he does is hold. Like, Stylistically, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you fight that way, you're never going to be a fucking crowd favorite. And we've been having this conversation for fucking well over 10 years, and people still act stupid, as if what we're saying is somehow based on race. I mean, based on race, it's true that many black fighters, because of their long reach, prefer to fight this style of boxing. And you can't take that away from them. Maybe financially and career wise, it's a smarter thing to do. But then don't be fucking upset when you're never fucking loved by the fans, right? I got lots of respect for Arizlandi Lara, but early in his career, what held him back was his style. So much so that he got robbed on the cards multiple times, right? Because what he was doing was just too negative. People want to see fights. They want to see somebody be aggressive. Sugar Ray Robinson, great boxer, but not a fucking move around the ring, afraid to get hit, throwing fucking one punch at a time type of dude. He was a boxer puncher. He set up his big shots behind a jab and movement to give him angles to let his hands go. There was a point for his movement. A lot of these guys move, but there's no point except to fucking be defensively, you know, elusive, like William Skull. What's the defensive, the offensive benefit of all his fucking movement? He's not moving to get you in an awkward position where you're off balance where he can let his hands go. He's moving because he's afraid to fucking engage. Horrible style, just fight management. The Coliseum still wants gladiators. They do. They do. When it comes down to it, if these guys really love that style as much as they do, as they say they do, they would watch amateur boxing. But none of them watch amateur boxing. I watch amateur boxing. They don't watch amateur boxing. They don't know who the great fucking amateur fighters are right now in the sport. They don't care because they're not fucking American. And even when they are American, they only see them fucking once every 4 years at the Olympics. But they love that slick style. You love it, but then you ignore it and don't fucking watch it. Don't support it. Okay. Well, exactly. If you don't enjoy the slick style, you're a racist. No, if this guy was more of a boxer puncher, this fight would be way more fucking entertaining than it is now. He's not getting schooled. Come on. Neither guy has really established anything. Like at this point, it's hard to even say who's winning because neither guy has landed effective punches. Every time fucking Randall gets hit, he shakes his head like I'm not hurt. But what you're telling me is you got fucking hit. And when Curiel's inside, he doesn't try to let his hands go. He holds. Right there is where you got to let your hands go. Don't hold. Get the body. Throw. Make this guy fight at a faster pace where he's going to fucking then be more available to the counter shots. Yeah. Like if I was a promoter, I wouldn't promote fucking this kid. Neither of these kids. Obviously, Randall, you might have as an opponent to put in against your fighters, but I wouldn't fucking put much stock in him. And as far as Curiel, I would have cut this guy fucking after the Lexus Roach draw. If I ran boxing, backstep, 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 clinch, would get points taken off. Well, that's the thing. Like I said about Ali and Michael Nunn, they didn't backstep, they circled their opponents behind a fucking effective jab. Larry Holmes circled his opponents behind an effective jab. They were boxers, but they were boxers that were setting up an offense. They weren't boxers who were afraid to engage. They would engage. But like I said, I've never been a fan of That was a good shot. Oh, now he said, yeah, good shot. So at least we know Randall's fucking honest. I said this round would be a ninth round knockout. So, I still have one round to go to get my prediction correct. Those are good shots. But why are you still holding? I said he should have jabbed to the body fucking from round two. And he's never thrown one jab to the body or chest. See, that pace is getting to Randall. He should have been fighting like that from round two. You should back foot to set up shots, not to avoid mixing up. Well, exactly. The whole reason you back up is pull counter, right? That's the point. To set up your offense, not to fucking avoid your offense. The problem with lots of these guys, they will use that narrative, right? But they're using it just to push a racial narrative. The reality is, it don't matter if you're Mexican, fucking Eastern European, Japanese, fucking black. If you fight this way, there's an issue. Either you're fucking afraid to get hit, your chin fucking hasn't tested well in the gym, uh, you know, and you shouldn't be winning so many fights this way because you're not being effective offensively. That's why so many guys end up winning just because they're aggressive. Not even being effective aggressiveness, but at least they're trying to establish something. They're trying to fucking fight. And that's kind of like MMA, right? Who gets the bonuses? The guys that fucking actually entertain the crowd. If you're going to put bonuses in boxing, which is what Zuffa's doing now, and I think other promoters should do it as well, none of these slick fighters would ever fucking get a bonus. Never. And then they would find out quick what they do just doesn't fucking sell. The reason dudes are getting bonuses is because they're fan favorites, and what they're doing is fucking engaging the fan. He knows you're coming in, that right hand is waiting for you. You got to fucking feint, get him to throw the right, and then counter with the left. Do you guys know the score? Did they list it? I thought there was like open scoring on this fight card today, or is it just the big fights that are open scoring? Like, look at that. Literally, he turned his back to run, not move footward, but turned his back to fucking exit. Like, that is a fucking deduction point there. Jab to the body, Rallo. Or throw the straight fucking right. It's hard to believe that Raul Curiel was an Olympic boxer for the Mexican team. Obviously, the Mexican team that year wasn't very good. And speaking of that, what happened to that good young Mexican fighter? He hasn't been very active recently, and a guy like him should be fighting at least 4 times a year. Is he only going to fight on Canelo Alvarez undercards? Sean, this Q Randall is blowing this fight. Well, actually, this round he's been more effective. The last round he definitely lost, but this one he's been doing good. Only the main event's open scoring. Why are you going the distance with a bum? It's not. Well, Randall's not a bum. He's went the distance with everybody, like really good fighters like Polanco and everybody else. So he's never been the kind of guy who knock out. If we just want to be honest, Randall, 17-3-1, never been knocked out, 35 years old. Lost to Brian Norman, went the distance versus Brian Norman. Your Gorielitzian went the distance with him. And Rowan Polanco went the distance with him. Had a draw with some guy called Ivan Alvarez back in 2022. So he's definitely not a bum or a cherry pick opponent. I wish BoxRec would update their fucking results faster. Like, you figure, aren't you watching the fights? What's going on? How can you be one, two, three, four fights behind? Round 10? Is this the final round? Holy fuck. Time flies when you're having fun. No, Randall's a solid fighter. The problem is he's never going to be a champion or a high level fighter because offensively he's just not aggressive enough. He fights not to get beat. He doesn't fight to win. And if that's the way you're fighting, I mean, what do you expect? What do you want? There he is. Marco Alonso Verdi Alvarez, 6-0, three knockouts. Oh, he did fight recently, but nobody talked about that fight. He's fought twice this year, obviously on smaller card fights, beating a guy who was 10-3 and then stopping a guy who was 8-2. Okay, Mexican cards. Usually he's on Canelo Alvarez undercards, but he was fighting on some all Mexican cards. Mark Castro was also on that card. Oh, okay, good. So at least he's fought twice this year already. I was wondering what the fuck's going on with the kid. Sean, you have Sean, you have your Lamont Zepeda prediction yet? I did. Zepeda. Is Tank a fugitive now? Really? I hear that stuff all the time, but is it true? Like, dude, you're losing the 12th, the 11th, the tenth round. You can't be so inactive if you want to win. Good body shot from Randall. Good counter left hand from Curiel. Throw. Don't back up. Let your hands go. So you leave the country, really. I think Curiel won. I kind of think Curiel won the fight just because Randall is too neutral, too negative. But I would not be impressed. Like I said, I wouldn't promote that kid. He's fucking limited, man. He's never going to be better than he is now. And what he is now is, I think, not even a top 10 welterweight. Sean, why American fans only cover four fighters? Because they're racists. Kansakau is not C level. Come on, Alan. He's a B level fighter for sure. He's a guy that's never been knocked out as well. A tough opponent. If Muratalla can knock him out, that's a really good performance, a solid victory for him. But he's awkward and elusive. But yeah, offensively, he's limited, kind of like this kid that we just saw now. He's been a world champion, never been knocked out or destroyed by anybody, and he's been in with all the best, right? Literally all the best. Navarrete, Shakur Stevenson, Oshaki Foster. Like he's been in with everybody, and he's been beaten by elite fighters, pound for pound, world class guys. But he's never been destroyed, and even has a victory over Oshaki. Majority decision. Must be Randall. How did one woman have it 100 to fucking 90? That's a terrible scorecard. Terrible. That's some kind of scorecard. She should not work, man, as a boxing fucking judge. One person had it a draw. She had the other guy winning every single round. That's literally a 5 round discrepancy. Yeah. That's the problem with boxing. That's why I prefer open scoring. People are against open scoring because they like the surprises. I'm like, what do you mean? That's like watching an NBA game or a fucking NFL game or a fucking MLB game, not knowing the score until afterwards, then being surprised all of a sudden the team you thought won 7-3 end up losing fucking 6-2. What? No, put your fucking scores after each fucking round, boom, right where everyone can see. And then if we know you're a fucking Jarman, a cheating fucking bitch, everybody knows you're a cheating bitch from day one. And fucking you'll never get an opportunity to work because you'll be ridiculed once you sit down. People will be like, fuck this bitch. She's terrible. Like, as I said, I didn't think he was going to win the fight with a unanimous decision, but total punches thrown, punches landed. Where's punches landed? Is fucking almost identical. There's literally 3 punch difference between them. Yet she had that guy winning every fucking round. Well, no, I think Curiel could have won the fight, but like he landed 3 or 4 punches more if you believe box stats. But listen to fucking her. She gave 10 fucking rounds to fucking that guy. And some of those rounds he was doing fucking nothing. Literally nothing. Well, that's the problem, man. Boxing. Put those scores fucking every round. Boom, 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 boom. And maybe for the championship rounds, you don't need to list those. So at least there's a little bit of maybe intrigue going into world title fights. But he didn't do enough. You had it 10-0. Shut up, Jaime. You didn't give Randall any rounds, even though there were clearly rounds where Curiel fucking did nothing, landed nothing, fucking struggled to get in range to fucking actually land a punch versus Quinton Randall. Come on, man. Who's that? Ugh. Ugh. Tomorrow I gotta go back to work. Oh my God. What a fucking shit show. 2 weeks is just not enough for a vacation. Not enough. Oh, well, you got to be honest, right? Those fighters themselves should see what fights sell stylistically. You don't need to be a world class elite fighter, but if you have an exciting style, you're going to get paid money. Arturo Gatti, millionaire, not because he was great, but because he was exciting. Win, lose, or draw, his fights were entertaining. And because of that, he always got fights. Don't cross your feet, buddy. That's why a guy like Chisora gets fights all the time because he's also a fucking exciting fighter, right? Any more than 2 weeks, and that is considered retirement, Sean. Laugh out loud. Bullshit. I've had not month long, months long vacations before. When I finished university, I had 6 months vacation. And then after my first 3 years in Taiwan, I had a 4 month vacation when I went to Africa. So yeah, so those two vacations, almost a year off. I needed another one of those, another extended vacation, 3 to 4 months off. Oh, that would be so nice. For example, the Chamberlain O'Leary war earlier, the rematch will be huge. I didn't see it because it's obviously in the UK and I was sleeping. I didn't even see the results. But don't tell me what was my prediction. Chamberlain by split decision. Didn't Chamberlain win by split decision? 5 weeks a year. Right now, I have more than 5 weeks a year. A week for Christmas, uh, a week for Chinese New Year, maybe a little more depending on when it falls. Obviously, 2 weeks for the summer. That's 4 weeks, maybe a little more than 4 weeks. And then we have two other, 2 or 3 other 3 day, 4 day weekends. Dragon Boat Festival, Moon Festival, New Year's is usually right after Christmas, and usually that's like about a 4 day holiday as well. My channel's monetized. I just don't have enough support, traffic, and enough going on. And also, I'm terrible at fucking organizing that stuff. I don't know if I'm getting paid right now because when they closed my channel down, obviously I had to put in time to get this one updated. But then I thought I was still on my old account, even though that thing was canceled. So then I wasn't sure if I should update it, but then that was confusing for them. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually getting any of the money in my bank or not. That bank account I don't usually use, so I don't look at it very often. But yeah, it'd be nice if you could make money and live off of YouTube. Then I'd go fucking live in Thailand in Phuket and just do boxing videos in Phuket, looking at the beach from my balcony. That would be nice. And as of course all the haters say, I mean, I would be, you know, shagging all the lady boys. Even though there's lots of ladies, there's more ladies in Thailand than there are lady boys, people. Let's keep that in context. There's a lot more ladies in Thailand than lady boys. I don't know if I've ever talked to a lady boy in Thailand. Like, just talk to them. Uh, you make fake boxing news like Blue Blood and Fan and easy money. Well, yeah. Well, that's true. I don't know how fucking Fannin gets anybody to follow his channel because he only talks about the same 4 or 5 fighters and he fucking blatantly lies every fucking day. And then look at knockout boxing, right? Like he only talks about Tank Davis. I mean, you take your hat off to Showbiz because obviously he's doing good money off of his channel. And he's put in good effort, tried to build like the set, and now obviously he's on the zone and everything else. But that dude is corny as fuck, man. Corny as fuck. I would really be interested how non-Americans look at Showbiz the adult, right? Like you could look at Ade, very professional, right? Obviously, he's just a sports commentator, right? Just start every video with breaking news to gain traffic. Imagine if Cheeseburger Nation married a lady boy and doesn't even know it. Well, I'm sure he'd find out. Or are you talking post op? Well, yeah. If a lady boy is post op, is that gay? There was one James Bond character, like femme fatale in that series. There was a lady boy post op. In Taiwan, there's a lady boy post op that did a popular TV show. I think most people didn't even know that she'd been like a man previously because she was just so part of Taiwan TV. I didn't know she was a lady boy until like Taiwanese people told me when I'm watching her on Taiwan news. Not that I paid much attention to it because I don't speak Chinese, but you would never realize that, you know, at one point she was a man until Taiwanese people go and like, oh, in Taiwan. That's weird. Taiwan is definitely not Thailand or Philippines. But Cheeseburger Nation, right, where he is, lots of the, I think there's lots of young ladies. I just don't know if he would be into Thai ladies because, you know, he's a brother. They usually like girls with more junk in the trunk. Uh, no, right. Whereas me, I like a cute petite Asian girl. So, and northern Thailand, they can be a little taller and a little light skinned, a little more Chinese looking, unless you really go and get more Aboriginal. And then they're short and dark. But there's a multitude of variety. And northern Thailand is pretty good. It's not so hot, a lot more trees and shade. I think smoking weed would be much easier and less of an aggravation because you don't have, you got lots of tourism, but not to the same extent, obviously, as the beaches. Raymond, coming off a career best win, beating the Cuban Olympic gold medalist. I mean, that was a great fucking victory for him. At this point, you know, he's done what he had to do. Won a world title, beat the arch nemesis in his weight division. Now it's just a matter of making that money. No, can't smoke weed in Taiwan. I mean, you can, but it's fucking super expensive. Uh, don't know how good it is. You know, it changes all the time, but depending on what's coming in or growing. And then if you get caught, you're fucked. Literally, you go to a month rehab, which is jail for a month. And then if you're Taiwanese, that's fine. You just go to rehab for a month. So you're locked away for 1 month in jail. If you're a foreigner, you get locked up for a month and then deported. So, man, I can't get deported out of Taiwan. This is my home. If I get deported, I'd be fucked. Lily, what am I going to do with Lily? You got to like that when they're fighting in the hula hoop, right? And literally, you can't run. You're in range. So you need to use good fucking defense, good head movement, good body movement, circle, right? I think all fucking young boxers should train like that in the hula hoop. Taiwan's an island. You know, islands, they're always very strict. You look at Australia, right? Border control and everything else. Taiwan's the same. Obviously, a lot of it's because of China next door to us, but they're also Asian. So they're also, or sorry, Chinese. So they're pretty racist against the browner Asian countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines. So, but there are strong gangsters here. That's why we do have drugs. But obviously, it's become harder over the years. When I first came, you could find weed everywhere. There was lots of and lots of fucking tons of ketamine because the gangsters controlled dog breeding, pet stores, and because of that, obviously, they were allowed to bring in ketamine as a animal tranquilizer. They made all their money selling fucking ketamine at the bars. Everybody, all the boys would be fucking in their booths, snorting K, high like fucking crazy. All the girls would be on the dance floor on E dancing. That's where I was. Dancing on E with the sexy ladies. Can't you smoke in your home? You can, but then you never know if your neighbors rat you out and you get a knock from the cops fucking arresting you. It's illegal, right? They don't have it as like a it's like listed as a class A narcotic, even though in Taiwan you have easy to buy drugs at the pharmacy. You don't have to necessarily get a prescription from doctors. You can just self-prescribe yourself medication and go to the pharmacy a lot of times. So it's kind of a duality, but that's what's been great about Taiwan. It's a duality. Girls and Nick country is kind of conservative, but then they'd have these little shops, booths along the highways and roads with half naked girls inside selling bing lang, which is kind of like Asian chewing tobacco. It's a nut from a tree. They'd wrap it and people would chew that and have red sort of juice that spits out. And so you'd have girls in fucking lingerie and bikinis at the side of the road, fucking shaking themselves, distracting drivers. You get that. If you have a wedding, a funeral, a graduation, you'd have strippers on big trucks parked in front of your house or wherever you're doing it, like, in front of grandma, grandpa, little kids, fucking everybody. So it's like this conservative country, but then you have this weird fucking shit going on everywhere. So it's kind of like Taiwan, crazy. But that's part of the charm. Obviously now Binglang Xiaojays are no longer on the roads. That's what they're called, Binglang, which is the stone, and Xiaojay girls. They're no longer around so much, so you don't see them as much as you used to. You got to really go to the country, and maybe you still see some of them. And the stripper trucks, I never see them in Taichung. Maybe if you're more out of the city. But I often have trucks go past my house with girls pole dancing and music fucking blaring for like festivals. Um, I think freedom of speech is not bad. You can't swear at people, random people outside. Like if I tell a guy to go fuck himself, I can get fined and charged by the police. So that's why now I basically just do this. Yeah, you're a fucking jackass, aren't you? But pretty much, right? You can be critical of the government. You can say what you want, but obviously they don't want you like saying bad things to people, initiating issues. Remember Tala? I have him with a 10th round knockout. What did I pick? 11th round TKO. I think this should be the headline fight. Out of all these guys, I think he's the guy that's the real deal. If he was going to fight Roach or Zepeda, I'd pick fucking Muratalla to beat both Roach and Zepeda. He's a much more well-rounded, versatile fighter. I think he beats both of those guys. I think he stops Zepeda, and maybe he stops fucking Roach. Consecal. He was also an Olympian, wasn't he? Consecal on the Brazilian Olympic team back in the day. Like at that division right now, 147, the only guy I think that's better than Muratella is Abdullah Mason. And that would be a fucking tough fight to predict because he would definitely bring something that Abdullah Mason's never fucking dealt with. So maybe he would beat Abdullah Mason because he is pretty young, right? But I just think some of the natural abilities Abdullah Mason has obviously potentially are going to make him too fast and too explosive for Muratella. But at this point, I still think Raymond is super skilled and more experienced. 21, 3-1. All three losses came to elite fighters. My bot has Muratella beating Mason. Yeah. Well, that's what I say. I wouldn't be surprised if Muratella at this point beat Mason just because of his experience and I think obviously more refined style skill set right now. If he could beat the Cuban, he could beat Mason. But I think potentially Mason's going to be obviously the cream of the crop at 147. Obviously, Tank Davis, we don't know what he's doing, so he's not in the conversation. But I think Muratalla could beat fucking Tank Davis too. I mean, fuck. Lamont Roach beat Tank Davis. One thing you can say about Muratalla is very professional. Something you can't say about a lot of American fighters. Look at Consical. I don't think he's going to do it tonight. Sean, is Keyshawn a duck? Yes, he is, and I love Keyshawn. It hurts me physically that he didn't take that fight. It's just another bad businessman move from him. A man who's the businessman, but making bad move after bad move. Nice left hand by Kansikal. Both guys are almost like mirroring each other. Kansakow's a fast starter, but then ends very fucking bad in most fights. Both guys a little short on their punches, but you gotta like the combination punching, the speed. Both look impressive so far and pretty sharp and dangerous. I kind of give that round to Robson. He started faster, was a little more effective. It's not too many Brazilian boxers. Muratalla got like two more fights at 135, Abdullah as well. That's true. I just saw that this fight will be open scoring as well. Yes, I heard that. Sean, is vaping legal in Taiwan? Yes. Vaping is legal in Taiwan. So how are they going to show us the score? They're going to do that weird thing where it's like every 2 or 3 rounds they will tell us the score. That's why I say instantaneously the score should pop up on the underneath. Blah 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 says this. Blah 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 says this. Blah 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 says this. Obviously, they don't need to accumulate the score. Just show us the cards, and then at the end you can accumulate, and that way that's your surprise. Round two. Nice jab, Muratella. That landed clean. I think an up jab against this kid is a very good punch because he's open through the middle, not up, but low. So a nice up jab will break that nose, pop that head up, open it up for fucking big right hand counters. That was one of the good punches that Cotto had versus Floyd Mayweather. That up jab, very effective. What you like about Raymond Muratali, he's very patient, right? There you go. That jab, up jab. Good shot. Nice counter by Robson. Nice right hand, Muratella. That's the thing about fighting guys like Robson. Like, no matter what kind of life Muratella had as a kid, he did not grow up like fucking Robson grew up. He did not suffer and deal with the same environment that fucking Robson fucking dealt with. Robson, man, this dude, the things he went through growing up, nothing's gonna fucking affect him mentally. The fact that he's fucking 35 years old, got fucking probably a couple $1 million in the bank, and grew up where he grew up, man, success fucking story. Been a world champion. There you go. Double that jab up. Round two. Good round. I favor Muratella in that round, but good movement for good action for both guys. Muratella is already dominating the rhythm of the fight. This won't last. Head movement is extinct in modern boxing or boxers. Muratella reminds me of GGG body language wise. Well, he's pretty stoic, right? Mm. Today's the earliest I woke up outside of one day than my 14-day vacation. It's going to be tough tomorrow. Waking up at like 6:30. Problem with Robson, that right hand you got to turn over. He's always been a slapper. Round three. Mannix. I kind of have it 1-1, but you know, that's me. You can definitely see the momentum is switching towards Muratella as far as not being so even. Now it's obviously looking more like Muratella is becoming more dominant in the fight. Now Robson is being a little more pick and choose when he fights and when he doesn't. Good double up that jab. That was effective. You could see Robson landed some good punches early on. Fucking Muratella's cheekbone is all red. He came out aggressive the first two rounds. Yes, that left to the body. Good angles from Muratella. Oh, Mark got KO'd. Oh no. I picked Cully to win. I picked Carnes to win. I picked Fail to win. I picked Smith to beat Bellotti. And I had Mark Chamberlain beating the Irishman. O'Leary down in round 2, 3, and 10. Chamberlain down in round 2 and round 7. So how was the fight stopped? Did the ref jump in or did Chamberlain get knocked out? What was the situation there? No, that was a very much more dominant round from Muratella. I think that is clearly the easiest round to pick. The first two a little more competitive, but that one definitely Murtala is now finding his pace, and Robson is not quite as aggressive and dangerous as he was the first two rounds. But yeah, nice little mouse already under his eye. That shows you work of the first two rounds. That's why sometimes it's better for the first two rounds to come out and not be overly aggressive. Because some guys are just front runners, right? And Robson always been a bit of a front runner. Already his legs are starting to look stiff. Raymond's starting to open up on him now. I think that left hand is going to catch Robson and drop him. There you go. That left hand landed nice. Just like I said, nice body shot. Inside, Muratella is definitely much slicker and smooth. It's not the Olympics, buddy. You know, Robson's not a hard puncher, but Muratella is fucking marking up like crazy. That doesn't bode well when he steps in against more dangerous punchers. Potentially, cuts and swelling could be very detrimental to him. Got a mouse on top of his forehead. Maybe that's from a headbutt, I would think. Good round from Raymond. He's definitely taking over now. Uh, O'Leary was about to kiss the canvas. The ref stepped in, and still he kissed the canvas. I'm on record picking Murtala to beat Shakur. Murtala got layers to his game. He does. The ref is going to stop this. So, what happened to O'Leary? How did they end up stopping the fight and letting? Huh? Okay. See, I'm just sort of okay. So O'Leary got knocked out in the 10th round by Chamberlain. What was my prediction? I had Chamberlain by split decision. I like Keyshawn, but man, take the L of the century. Exactly, exactly. Like you call yourself the businessman, you walk away from a $3 million payday to then go to purse bid where you're offered 2.1. So of course now you're fucking pissed off because instead of making more money, you made less. But everybody knows, like your own fucking manager told you, take the 3 million. If it goes to purse bid, you're gonna make less money. That's why PBC would never go to purse bid historically, because what happened if you went to purse bid, potentially your fighters are getting paid far less money than you were going to pay them, right? He should have taken that $3 million to fight fucking Haney. If you beat Haney, all of a sudden now you go to a $10 million man, like literally, right? You become a world champion. The Devin Haney rematch would be fucking boom, big and right there, unless of course you destroy Devin Haney. And then obviously now the potential fight between Ben, Ryan Garcia fights there, which is a huge money fight. Like, it's just the stupidest fucking maneuver I've ever seen. Like, but oh, there you go. The left hand. What did I tell you? That left hand caught him nice. I think that counter left is gonna fucking knock out. Oh, nice right hand from Kansakau. But that left hand, man, it's got him fucking. His legs are stiff. Up jab, Brayman. Up jab. Kansakau's eyes starting to close from those right hands. Nice right hand. Nice body shot. Yeah, I definitely don't think this fight's going 12 rounds. I definitely think Muratella is going to stop him, just as you said. The ref potentially going to step in and stop the fight. You fucking raise your hand, but you got hit by a counter left. Your nose is now broken. You're looking like fucking Michael Spinks fucking right now. He thinks this is amateur boxing. You raising your hand is not getting you a fucking point from the judges. I hate fucking the Cubans that do that shit. It's like, fuck off, man. If I was the judge, I'd take a point away from you from doing that shit. Every time you raise your hand, you lose a point. Stop that shit. Thank you very much, Howler Ninja. You're a good man. God bless you, Sean and Lily. Jesus Christ is Lord. Lily says, thanks. How are you? How's your bujen? Lily, what are you doing? Hey, Lily, what's wrong with you? You are so antisocial. Hey, look, everybody's saying hello. They don't come here to watch boxing and talk to me. They come to see you. Stop being so antisocial. He bruises easily, right? Like long term, that's definitely not a good thing. But to be fair, what's his face's eye is closing as well. So they're both landing some real fucking crisp shots. But the last 3 rounds, it's definitely been domination by Muratella. First 2 rounds, a little more competitive, but the last three, yeah. But you got to give it to Consacao. He's no bitch, man. Never been knocked out. Never been knocked out in his career. And he fought fucking Navarrete, a real hard puncher. Got a draw with Navarrete. But this is also at a bigger weight division. 135, not 130. Yeah, keep throwing that left to the body there, Raymond, and then bring it up to the head. Oh, nice right hand. Nice right hand. Boxing scene ratings. Huh. So right now with the IBF, Raymond Muratalla, its number one position is unrated. Obviously, they're leaving the opportunity for somebody to get a big win and move up into that position. A few guys who potentially might be able to do that, depending on what fights they make for them. Obviously, there's a guy now, a Russian fighter, Arthur Subkan Kulov, who's number two. Cruz is number three. Dimitri Asanal, I think a kid that fights out of Canada, looks really good, is number four. And Alan Abel fucking Chavez, who looks great. What a monster that kid is at number five. Hopefully those guys can get fights amongst themselves, and then we can get a number one mandatory for Muratalla. Because I would love to see Muratalla fight fucking Alan Chavez. We already saw the Andy Cruz fight. I don't need to see a rematch. But if Alan Chavez can beat Asuna or the other Russian fighter and put himself in the number one position, that shit would be fucking dynamite. Can you imagine a matchup between this fucking guy with his fucking knockout power versus Raymond Muratalla? That fight would be fucking fire. Fire. Kansakow's super resilient. Yeah, Valdez has good power too, but he's short. Well, and he also is a guy that started nice counter shot from Kansakow right there, the little uppercut. But Valdez obviously started from 126 pounds, right? But this fight's pretty good stylistically. You got to give it to Kansakow. He's no bitch. He comes and fucking fights, lets his hands go. Obviously, a very tough, resilient fighter. And for Raymond, he's going in there trying to fucking get the knockout win. He's not fighting super conservative. He's putting himself in line to land big shots. And in the process, obviously, he's getting touched. Still winning. I think, I don't know if they're going to give him a shutout. I would have given Kansakal round one. Potentially, maybe you could have gave him round two. Since then, I don't think he's won any rounds, but he's continued to be effective. Obviously, coming out very aggressive this round and landing quite a few good shots right off the bat. His eyes closing quick too. See, a guy like him, he just knows how to survive. Good. Be physical. Throw him around. Bully him. Land those body shots. Like a guy like this, if I was Golden Boy, I'd put a lot more effort promoting Raymond Muratalla than I would fucking Raul Curiel. They gave the last round to fucking Kansakau, eh? Okay. I thought Muratalla won the round, but okay. Jab that chest. There you go. That's right. Jab that chest. It opens up the shots up high. Fucking Tio. What a kid. It is the strategy. Just look fucking pretty and don't get hit. Nice right hand from Muratella. Can't see how fucking falls forward when he throws that right hand. That's when you can fucking catch him with something off balance. So my UK fucking predictions were all correct. I had all of them correct today, so that's good. Now, what about today? I'm not sure. I had Chamberlain winning, Smith winning, Cully winning, Carnes winning, Farron winning. Today I need Zepeda, Murtala, Conwell to win. Curiel I had winning. Arate, Cabrera, Guzman I have winning, but I'm not sure what happened to them. And Hobiusian, the heavyweight, I have winning as well. So let's hope I can get all of them and get a few fucking perfect and make some good movements in my boxing prediction league. Right now, where am I ranked overall? Last week, I came ninth as far as points, which moved me to number 24 overall, behind Derek Bailey, Champ Ross, Trey X, Jay Stoner Boxing. They're ahead of me, but I'm ahead of people that you guys know. Lisa Balls in front of Lisa, Toby Bartlett in front of D Low Boxing, in front of D Jefferson. He's down there. Ty Legacy in front of Ty. So overall, I'm not doing so bad right now. Hopefully, I can move up into the top 20 after this week. Let's go. If the fight keeps going this way, I think my prediction for 11th round stoppage could be something that happens. Let's go, Muratala. Has Kansakau ever been knocked down? I don't know if I remember him getting dropped. He must have been dropped, but I can't recall. Round 9. Come on, Muratalla. The next 2 rounds, you got to beat the fight out of him. Have the ref wanting to jump in. So then round 11th, you just go out there, throw a fucking 8-punch combo and have the ref jump in, stop the fight. Nice counter left from Robson. Robson's game, man. Game. We can't even hear you, Tim. That's terrible. You have Tim fucking in a little window, but nobody can hear what he's saying. So this is what the judges have it. 79, 79, 79, 73, 73, 73. So at this point, easy work. Raymond could walk fucking to the win. Hit the body. Nice turn. I've never seen someone push the right hand the way Hansikau does. Exactly. That's why I say he like slaps so much with that right hand. And for a guy that was like a high level amateur, you figure technically he would be better with his right hand. Obviously, he must be a left handed guy in life to have such a fucking terrible right hand. Good work, Raymond. Hit him. There you go. Good body shot. Hit him again to the body. He didn't like it, even if it was low. Hit him again. Nice right hand. You raise your hand after you get fucking hit by a right hand. You must be fucking punch drunk right now, buddy. Come on, that big counter left hand, Raymond. That's the shot that's going to knock him out if you land it. Let's hope so. I'd love to see him knock out fucking Lamont Roach. Then potentially we could do a Muratalla versus fucking Zepeda unification fight. That would be fucking dynamite. Oh, oh. You got to give props to fucking Cancer Cow. He's like Mariaga, right? A tough opponent for everybody that he's been put in with. He's never gonna fucking be a easy guy to walk through. Always a game opponent. Round 10. Come on, Raymond. Hit him with a body shot. Slow him down. I need to get the knockout for the next round. That was a good body shot. Nice right hand. Yeah, throw that left. Dominant round for Muratalla. Kanskau does not look like he's got a lot left. The ref's looking at him. Let's bring that into the 11th round. Let's go. Look at Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. I'd love to go watch a fight card there. If I can just win the lottery. Maybe my next big vacation when I go, maybe I'll go to Vegas for a summer league basketball and then a boxing match in June. I wish these things were full of cocaine. That'd be great. Then I'd be awake. Here we go. This is the round, round 11. Let's go. Let's go, Holmes. There you go. That's right. Pick up the volume. He doesn't have much left. You can feel it. Against his right hand, I think that's the best thing he can do. That right hand isn't fucking getting through there. Hit that body. Come on, Raymond. Pull a fucking Charles Conwell. Good right hand. Pick it up. Come on. This is round 11. Give him no space, no room to breathe. Push him back with your shoulder. You're too busy looking for the perfect shot. You don't need to look for the perfect shot now. You just gotta let your hands go. This kid don't got much left. Obviously he's game, but oh, there, that's the left hand I'm talking about. That's the left hand I'm talking about. Quickly, land another left hand like that. Hit the body. Come on, the ref wants to stop it. You just gotta fucking give him a reason to stop it. Push. There your hands go. Ah, ah. So close yet so far. Ah, there goes my prediction. God damn. Laugh out loud. Can we please be done with Kansak after tonight? I even thought Valdez beat him fair and square. The dude is a recycled piece of garbage. Come on, David. He's a good fighter, solid, tough. How can you become a mandatory at a higher weight class when you don't? He wasn't a mandatory, not a mandatory. He was a voluntary fight. And you think this guy beat Oshaki, had a draw with Navarrete. Navarrete had him down twice. And then it was still a draw. How does that fucking work out? Final rounds. Now you'll stop him, and I'll be like, God damn. Why the 12th round, not the 11th? Konsikow's a tough son of a bitch. Coming out in the 12th round, fucking slugging. Still never been knocked out. Fucking Robson Kansikow. Maybe you can get a fight with Devin Haney at 147. Devin needs somebody he could knock out. Needs an opponent. Good performance from Murtala. He's going to move up to 140. Who's the IBF champion now at 140? Stop that music. You're going to get me in trouble on fucking YouTube. 140. Huh? What? Get out of here. Gary Antoine Russell. No, that's not right. IBF. Where's IBF? Vacant. So right now it's vacant title for the IBF. Obviously, we know that Delgado is going to be fighting the Canadian Russian Arthur Bilyashanovov to get that IBF 140-pound world title. Who was the? Oh, Hitchens. Hitchens was the champion. So it's going to be Lindolf, Delgado, or Beshenov. I think Muratalla beats both of those guys. So he should definitely talk to the IBF about potentially becoming the mandatory for the winner of that fight. Yeah, Rafa. Kazakow's no bum. And still, well, Colme had serious power, right? He could clip you in one punch and knock you fucking out. He's not very big for 140. I'll be back. Oh, oh, McDonald's breakfast. Oh. So the big fight still to come. Zepeda, Roach. Hi, Lily. Yeah, Shakur is a great fighter, but he's probably not going to be fighting at 135 ever again. So now that, of course, Murtel is moving to 140, who do you got there? Smith is going to fight Puelo for that WBC title. WBA champion Russell. Um, doesn't he have a fight coming up? Isn't he fighting Isaac Cruz? Am I mistaken, or is that true? Shakur doesn't refuse to fight. Yeah. So Russell, 140, man, it's good. It's the fight's not scheduled, but that's what I heard. I thought Gary Russell was fighting Isaac Cruz. Obviously, we know that Arthur Bislyarovnov is going to be fighting the dude I mentioned earlier, Lindolf Delgado, for the IBF title, and that the WBO champion is who? Who's the WBO champion at 140? Shakur. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So Shakur, yeah, he's got the title at 140. So probably, I think Arthur Bilyasovnov is going to beat Delgado for the IBF title. So you have that Russian fighter. That'll be an easy fight to make for this kid. Then Russell, who's going to fight Cruz, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, that's a fight they're going to push on pay per view. Dalton Smith is fighting Puelo. Uh, for the WBC title. And then, of course, Shakur at WBO, he could obviously mandate the WBO to move him up to face Haney for his world title, or he could fight Emiliano Vargas for that title. But you know, in truth, Emiliano Vargas's team is hoping that Shakur will move to 147 so that Vargas can then be elevated to become the WBO champion. Because at this point, I think Vargas is good, but has he fought a top 10 opponent? Like, I don't know how you become a mandated opponent by a sanctioning body when literally you haven't fucking beat anybody yet. I literally nobody. Well, yeah, that definitely wasn't a great performance by Shakur when he fought De Los Santos. It wasn't also he's had a few disappointing performances, but his last performance against Rolly was sublime. And I think most people got Rolly beating, Tio beating Rolly to become a three-weight world champion. So that win is going to age well for Shakur if Rolly gets beat by Tio. But overall, it's not bad. I think Vargas will probably become the WBO champion, and Muratalla will go after that IBF title since obviously he has a good relationship with the IBF. Right now, their position is kind of vacant. As I said, they have a fight coming between those two fighters, Delgado and the Russian kid. But yeah, due to power and timing, although he did good versus Tio. And I think with De Los Santos is a hard puncher and awkward, right? Whereas Tio is technically a much better refined fighter than De Los Santos. De Los Santos, what makes fighters like him difficult to fight is because awkward, hard to fucking fight, hard to time, because everything they do is unorthodox. Think about that. If Muratel's next fight is Shakur for his WBO title, Shakur will be criticized heavily if he takes that kind of fight to defend his WBO title as opposed to take on Devin Haney. But Gary Russell's a PBC fighter. He ain't fighting Raymond Muratalla. He's gonna fight fucking Isaac Cruz on pay-per-view. You know that. I know that. A Shakur fight, financially, that makes sense because he would get literally a career high payday to fight Shakur to become a two-weight world champion to potentially beat a pound for pound top 10 fighter, right? So that's the kind of fight you want. You move up and take on a guy like Shakur. Even if you lose to Shakur, it's not going to hurt you because it's your first fight at a new weight class. You fought a pound for pound fighter, you got beat. There's still plenty of other fighters at that weight division you can fight afterwards, right? And build your resume. I don't think it's not official on BoxRec, no. But that's what I've been hearing. I don't know. What's the word on the street about a Gary Antoine Russell versus Isaac Cruz world title fight? Well, that's it. Even if you lose to Shakur, if you're game and do very well, it's not going to hurt you because that's literally a fucking superstar fighter you fought. And challenge yourself moving up to your second weight division, taking on the best fighter in the division, not taking low hanging fruit, but literally taking the best. This is what AI says. Yeah, the word in the street is that fight is very much being discussed, but I don't see any final announcement yet. Russell versus Cruz is being targeted for his 140-pound title. The report says Vegas, August or September. Cruz is reportedly coming in as WBC interim champ. Huh? What do you mean WBC interim champ? WBC already got a fucking champion. What's this WBC interim shit? WBC right now, fuck interim. Like, why you put Isaac Cruz fucking even there for interim champ? What a waste of fucking time. Like, Smith is fighting Albert Puelo. Like, That's a fucking legitimate fight. Legitimate. Why are you going to make stuff messy by throwing Cruz with his interim title in there? And what does that have? Interim titles can't be won. So if he goes fight fucking Russell, the interim title means fucking nothing. It doesn't mean shit. WBC, man, what the fuck is going on with them and that bullshit? Rolly downplay shit. Pitbull is fighting Nestor Bravo next month. No, really? What a waste of fucking time. Was that confirmed? That's not confirmed. It's not on BoxRec right now. No Nestor Bravo fight listed. Tio is highly overrated. Alan Y. And shit the bed against Shakur. Yeah, but that's more styles make fights, right? Like everyone knew stylistically, Tio was all wrong for Shakur. Tio is a counterpuncher. He was never going to do well against fucking Shakur Stevenson. He got a gift against the one arm Loma and got dominated by Nakatila. Well, that's a waste of fucking time. Like, why would you fight an unknown fucking nobody like Nestor Bravo when you could literally fight Russell in a pay per view fight? You know that's what the PBC wants. PBC all about fucking pay per view. And when's the last time fucking Russell fought against fucking the Japanese kid? Right? Was that this year? Yeah, February. So March, April, May, June, July, August. So over 5 months ago. So he's got to get on the pot, man, or get off the pot. Yes, it was Nakatani, the tall fucking Japanese fighter. He didn't fight Nakatila. But you look at 140, there's some good fighters there right now. Shakur, Keyshawn, obviously Keyshawn, we don't know what's going on with that fucking guy. Smith, Adam Azim. Smith and Azim would be a big fight. If Smith gets past Puelo, you know that Adam Azim is the next fight in the UK he's taking. Russell, Bislyanov, Ernesto fucking Mercado. How come he's not getting a world title fight? Sabril Matias, Abdulaziz, Mark Chamberlain, who just had a big victory today. Agrabah, the Russian fighter, and Vargas, number 12. Yet Vargas is fucking mandated as the number one fighter by the WBO. John Fernandez, Isaac Cruz, Delgado, Andy Hiroka, Puelo is number 17. Hunt Lee is 18. John Arobio, the Venezuelan kid fighting out of Canada. That kid is fucking good. I would like to see John Arobio versus Ernesto Mercado. Ooh. Make that fight. Oh my God. This kid, Arabo, what is he? 18-0 with 16 KOs. Man. And then fucking my man, Mercado, 19 and 18. Wee. Somebody's O has got to fucking go. And then you got Rivera. He's a bum. What has Rivera done fucking since he got beat by Frank Martin? Fucking nothing. Nothing. Guy hasn't even fought in 2026. Turinov, the Kazakhstanian fighter, 21. Elvis Rodriguez at number 22. He hasn't fought in 2026 either. His last big fight was against Delgado, and he got a majority loss on his record. Yeah. Or I'd love to see fucking Emiliano Vargas take on fucking Mercado. Vargas 18-0 with 15 KOs. Woo-wee. That'd be a good fight, man. Rivera's not good. Rivera fucking has done zero in his career except fucking get beat in the first time he stepped up against a fucking mediocre fighter in Frank Martin. Like, what else did that fucking kid do? Zero. Zilch. Not a fucking thing. He was hyped because he looked like fucking Muhammad Ali. 27-1, 14 KOs. Kid fucking got beat by Frank Martin. And what has he done other than that? Who's he beat? An old ass fucking Sergey Lipinets. And that's it. His last fight, he fought a guy who was 10-4-1. 10-4 and fucking 1. And went the distance. Like, don't tell me he's good. He's garbage. Garbage. A fucking hyped up fucking fighter by, of course, fucking the usual suspects who tried to justify Frank Martin as a fucking Tank Davis opponent, even though he'd never beaten a top 10 fucking opponent in his career. Oh my God. Are we talking about fucking legitimate fucking world title contender or just a medium of the fucking pack type of dude? That's what he is. Miller, Adorno, fucking an old ass Lipinets who fucking wasn't a champion. It's been like fucking how many years since he was a champion? 10? 10 years since he was a champion? But those are decent wins. Decent. But you said he's good. He's got decent wins, but he's good. No, he's decent. Like, anybody fighting that dude, if they're not a fucking FBA fighter, is going to be heavily criticized for fucking cherry picking a fucking fighter that's irrelevant and never fucking accomplished anything. But of course, if it's fucking like a Gary Antoine Russell is to fight fucking Rivera, John Boxing and the usual suspects would be like, whoa, that's a great opponent for Gary Russell. Whereas Gary Russell's last opponent that got beat just fought fucking De Los Santos and destroyed him. That's a good fucking opponent. Let's get Rivera versus De Los Santos. Who are you picking? You picking Rivera to beat De Los Santos? Really? Are you? That dude will never step in the ring with De Los Santos. Oh, Bob's looking so old now. Still sharp mentally, but kind of, he's got that dazed and confused look on his face. Sugar Ray. He was beating his ass before fucking that punch. What do you think he was down from? He got knocked down from a punch. He didn't fucking slip and then get hit when he was fucking down. I slipped on the ice. Oh no, he hit me. No, I got hit, got dropped, and then got hit again. Come on, Pitbull's garbage, man. Pitbull's never gonna fucking do anything legitimate. Dude's one dimensional and limited. Fucking Ryo fucking already beat his ass convincingly. Easily fucking beat him. Was it Ryo? Who beat him? Somebody beat fucking Cruz. But the point, you guys are still hyping up these guys. It tells you there's a lot of good fights at that division, even though you're living off of fighters that were yesterday's fighters. Yeah, Ryo. I know it was a split decision, but I thought Ryo fucking beat him way easier than that. Got a good win versus Angel Fierro, but Angel's fucking one dimensional. Lost to Lamont Roach. He was fucking lucky. Fucking they gave him the draw. I mean, the biggest win he's got is the Rolly Romero win. That is the career-defining victory for fucking Pitbull Cruz. And fucking it's Rolly Romero. Let's hope. You know, the funny thing is, you could have fucking a Nui fight that kid as opposed to the dudes at 126 because he's smaller than all those guys at 126. Spent a lot of money on your outfit there, Lamont. Lamont's been hard done by, but this fight he's getting his ass beat. I think Zepeda would stop Kansakau, but I guess it's hard to say. Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's also not a hard puncher, but he's a volume fighter. I think technically he's not nearly as good as Raymond Muratalla. But what he does is just make you work non fucking stop. Who is Mercado fighting? I agree. He should step it up. Well, all three of those guys, right? Fucking that I mentioned, they should all be stepping up and taking on legitimate opponents right now. I don't think Mercado has a fight scheduled because he just came off of a big victory in his last fight. Oh, he does have a fight set up. He's fighting. Oh, talk about a throwback fighter. They're definitely not trying to put him in fucking with top level dudes right now. He's fighting all the old has been guys. Petraza, Antonio Moran, Juan Carlos Burgos. He just fought obviously in June of this year. And now he's going to fight Emmanuel Tago, the fucking Ghanaian African fighter, 34 and 2. When's the last time fucking Emmanuel Tago fought? Like this kid was a real player, right? Back in the day. But then he got beat by Ryan Garcia in 2022. Didn't fight in 2023. Fought one time in 2024, one time in 2025, and now he's fighting Ernesto Mercado in 2026. Man, that's some tough work. The first fight he took after getting beat by Ryan, going the decision with Ryan, he didn't get dominated and destroyed, was against a guy 5-2-1. Then he fought a guy 12-1. Now he's fighting Ernesto Mercado. Fuck me. But for Ernesto Mercado, I mean, you know, they're bringing him along well. You can't hate on that. I mean, how old's Mercado? 24, right? Zepeda is just a buzzsaw, though. You got to have some power, I would think, if you're able to stop Cabrera. But this performance against Farmer left a lot. to be desired. Well, that's true. That's totally true. And when you listen to him talking about just being too many fights, being tired and overtrained and overworked, there might be some truth to that. Because, like you say, when that happened, nobody could believe that. Like getting beat, outboxed by Farmer, people would have been able to believe that. But getting dropped and hurt, that was a shock and a surprise, especially to Farmer. It's go time. Fuck, if this was De La Hoya, it should be it's blow time. Me? Oh, Rafa. He's a racist. See that the guy that gave Junto Nakatani a good fight, he's getting back in the ring. Gonna fight Kameda in September. So that's good to see him get back, even though I don't know why they waited so long to get him back. They could have had an easy sort of stay busy, get back in the ring fight after just in Mexico, right? Why wait fucking 9 months to 10 months? But here we go. Zepeda Roach, it's on. We know John Boxing is picking Lamont Roach to win, all because he's black. I'm not picking Zepeda to win because he's black. I'm picking him because I don't know how Russ Roach is going to deal with a high volume fighter. I think potentially he's going to get outworked, especially against the guy who's not a high volume puncher like Roach. But here we go. Round one. It's going to be awkward for both of them to land their jabs. So it's going to be important for Zepeda to land that backhand. See, this is not the same kind of opponent as a Tank Davis. Powerful, fast, and dangerous, but not so much volume. Zepeda is going to like hit your chest, hit your arms. He's just going to throw punches. I remember Zepeda was running through guys like Berlanga. Nice right hand from Zepeda. Look at Roach. He's going bald. Zepeda, already he's fucking picking up the volume. Nice backhand from Zepeda. Good jab to the body. So that's what I thought Muratali should have did more. I think that's definitely a Zepeda round. Came out high volume. Obviously, Roach had a few good moments in there, but overall, I think he was outworked, outlanded. He was good. He landed some good punches, but he got hit more. Elijah the Wolf Pierce, that guy is a killer. Oh yeah, killer. Oh yeah, Pierce, the bum that was supposed to beat Inui. Does Roach have a ball spot? He does. Yeah, and it's more noticeable because his hair is pretty long. Maybe it's because the ice pack freezes the hair. I think that's the best shot that Roach can throw, the straight right hand down the middle. Because jab wise, it's going to be kind of a fencing battle, but that right hand is going to be there all night. Round two. Nice swinging right hand from Zepeda. Zepeda is underrated. You can even see him slide to take different angles, right? He may not be the slickest fighter out there, but he's got some good little moves. Obviously, keeps a really good high guard, uses his jab quite effectively for aggressive volume puncher compared to a guy like Cruz, who I don't even know if he throws a fucking jab. Nice straight right from Roach. I think that's the punch for him all night. And of course, the pull counter right hand. That's the punch that can be really effective from him. But if he gets stuck on the ropes like that, he just got hit by like 3 or 4 punches. Like I predicted Zepeda getting the 12th round TKO. And it's not that I necessarily think he's going to stop him. Oh, that was a nice shot there. He landed fucking a good one on Roach there. Good straight left hand. I just think potentially the ref might stop the fight in the 12th round if Zepeda is really fucking landing a lot of shots and outlanding him, breaking him down. Good counter shot from Roach. Good jab from Zepeda. Nice good jab from Zepeda again. Zepeda's winning the jabbing battle so far. But Roach is being smart. He's mostly leaning on that straight right hand. Round two for Zepeda. That punch wasn't a punch. It landed in the back of the head. That one was. So they show the one punch that Roach landed, but then they ignore everything that Zepeda threw. Look, they show the punch again. Three times you show the same punch, the only punch that he landed in the fucking fight or in that round. Yeah, he landed a good shot, but he was outworked and outlanded. Look at the punch count. Ah, they got Roach up 2-0. Like, really? Really, Maddox? You got Roach is fucking being outlanded clearly in 2 rounds, but somehow you got him fucking winning. The pace of the fight is totally Zepeda. Zepeda's got fucking Roach on the ropes, opening up with 4 or 5 punch combinations, but fucking Lamont Roach is the one winning the fight. What a fucking load of fucking shit. Like he landed one clean fucking effective punch in round two. In round one, he didn't land any punch nearly as effective as that. Oh, like you're not going to give this to fucking Roach. This is all Zepeda. All Zepeda. Manhandling him, fucking forcing him to fight the way he wants to fight. How are you going to say Roach is fucking winning when he's being fucking forced against the ropes to do what he doesn't want to do? Fight. Yeah, fucking Mannix is fucking. I always thought Mannix is a fucking jackass. Doesn't know shit about boxing. What do you guys think so far after 2 rounds? Do you agree with Mannix that is fucking 2-0 Roach, or you agree with me, the boxing connoisseur, who's got fucking Zepeda up 2-0? Come on. He's gonna fucking say this is a Roach fight because he landed a punch. This is the way we're used to seeing Zepeda fight. Fucking a buzzsaw. Obviously, he didn't do quite as much of this against Shakur, but he had quite a bit of success versus Shakur as well. But obviously, Shakur is much harder to hit than Roach is. Shakur didn't fucking sit on the ropes for such a long period of time either. Yeah, 3-0 Zepeda. And you definitely fucking cannot tell me Zepeda fucking didn't dominate that round. Dominated. Of course, he totally fucking voted for Kamala Harris. Yeah, well, that's it. And it's not that Roach is bad. The problem is Roach is not a volume puncher. He's a guy that tried to pick his spots. But you're picking your spots against a dude that fucking is out there throwing 100 punches a fucking round. Oh look, he landed a punch. Oh fuck, he won that round too. Round four. Like if the fight keeps at this pace, I'm getting more and more confident that fucking Zepeda will stop him in the 12th round. Good body shot from Roach. Obviously, he won that round. I love that little shoulder and fucking keep throwing. Back him up, get him off balance, and fucking keep your offense rolling. Zepeda is really an underrated fighter. When you think about his only loss coming into Shakur, a pound for pound top 10 fighter. I mean, we saw Roach get beat by fucking Jamal Herring. What? Oh, stop. Everyone does that. What are you fucking complaining about? Nice jab, nice jab. Good jabs from Zepeda. Nice right hand from Roach. See who's holding on the inside. Who looks fucking like they don't want to fight on the inside anymore? And this is after fucking round four. Stay on balance, Zepeda. Good angle, good body shot. Yeah, come on. Zepeda's starting to fucking dominate and fucking make this dude question his professional fucking career. So far, it's a great performance from Zepeda. Winning the battle of jabs, allowing him to fucking get Roach against the ropes, landing more body shots, outworking him, throwing fucking much more volume. Obviously, he's still getting touched, but I mean, you're an aggressive come forward fighter. You're going to get fucking touched. Like, come on. Round five. Good thing about Zepeda is his offense is not predictable. He doesn't do the same thing round after round every time he comes in. He adjusts. He'll step around. He fucking does different things. He comes in with his jab. He's not predictable. For a very aggressive boxer, he's pretty skilled. Nice right hand from Zepeda. Roach's nose all red now. Oh, nice left hand. Zepeda caught him clean. Twisted his head there. The jab is doing a good job for Zepeda. Keep using that jab. There you go. That's probably his most effective punch of the fight. Nice right hand short hook from Roach. Like, look at that. Like one judge fucking draw, the other one's fucking a little more fucking realistic. Mannix, you're a tool. Nice right hand from Zepeda. Oh, good body shot. Good body shot. You got to start throwing some uppercuts in there, Zepeda. I think that's the knockout punch against fucking Lamont. Oh, good body shot. Oh, good jab. Wow. Domination. That's what this round, that's what this fight is called. Domination. 5 rounds, Zepeda. 0 rounds for fucking Roach. I ain't hating. Like, which round can you legitimately tell me that fucking Lamont Roach fought the way he wanted to fight, outlanded fucking Zepeda? I guarantee you there's no round so far where he outlanded Zepeda. Not one. Not one. And I told you, this is why I favored Zepeda. Zepeda is just going to outwork fucking Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach might be sharper, but he's going to have a hard time landing sharp fucking punches if you're being fucking swarmed and over fucking whelmed, which is what's happening to him in this fight. And the more the fight goes, the more it's fucking unwinding on him. Like, look at that left hand. Great shot. And that wasn't the only punch he landed, so you can show it 3 times, but he landed fucking a shitload of punches that round. Round 6. Zepeda is just a fucking energizer bunny. I know John will say, "Oh, Gary Russell's on PEDs for throwing 1,000 punches in a fight, but Zepeda's not." No, Zepeda always throws 1,000 punches around. So he may be on roids, but he's always been on roids. Then, if that's the situation, Gary Russell only fucking threw 1,000 punches against fucking Ryo. Never ever in his career did he fucking even come close to that punch output against the second or first or second best fighter he's ever been in with, and he was able to land so many punches. Look at Roach, man. Roach is landing good right hands, but that's literally the only punch he can land is that straight right hand. He's losing the battle of the jabs. He's landed a few body shots, but overall, I mean, he's losing the battle of the body punch. You can see he's really not liking the body punch because he's bending down hard to avoid that shot. I think potentially a body shot might knock Roach out. This has been a better round for Roach, but I still think he's losing. Just his fucking body, his demeanor is not very confident. He's trying, of course, because he's fucking feels like, fuck, man, I better fucking do something. This guy is literally beating the crap out of me. I don't know how much more of this I can do. I'm gonna have to fucking stand in my square and fucking hurt this motherfucker. And that's what he's trying to do right now. But if Zepeda can really fucking land something big against him, especially to the body, you could take that fucking will away from him going into the back six. Good jab, Zepeda. Good left hand. Good turn for Roach, getting off the ropes. That is by and far, I think, probably the best round that Roach had in the whole fight, as far as landing effective punches. But even that round, I don't know if he won. I don't know if he did enough, but I'll give him that round because I'm a generous dude. Oscar's feeling pretty confident, right? That tells you everything you need to know. Oscar's watching. He's like, man, my man's kicking ass. Bob. What's up, Bob? Round seven. See if Roach can continue to keep as aggressive as he was in the last round, or if that was his last big oomph for a while. You know how sometimes people go up and down. Oh, good body shots. Now he's trying to sit down on that counter shot. So Mannix gave that round to Zepeda, but that was clearly the best round Roach had as far as being the most effective, and Zepeda being not as effective as he had been prior. Keep hitting that body, Zepeda. That shit's fucking. Oh, nice left hand. Good left hand, good volume. That's it. One punch landed by Roach, seven punches landed by fucking Zepeda. That's the story of the night. I said that this victory could definitely fucking be a great victory for Shakur, right? Like this victory ages fucking very well for Shakur Stevenson, who talked about fighting Lamont Roach, right? That was a fight they were talking about potentially making, right? Shakur said he would give him the fight because he felt he deserved the fight after getting jobbed by Tank Davis, and then obviously even jobbed against Isaac Cruz. But this just shows you for Zepeda to go in there and destroy fucking Roach, which is what he's doing in this fight. This is domination. 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 That's cool. The sphere. Like for Cepeda to win like this victory ages very well for Shakur Stevenson. He can say, look, I beat Zepeda, who went on and fucking destroyed Lamont Roach, a guy that fucking most people feel beat Tank Davis, and a guy most people feel beat Isaac Cruz. Then I went on to beat Teofimo Lopez, who was the long reigning, most dominant fighter at 140 pounds. Hey, is that Kevin Durant? Kevin, you look so excited. This is a good fight, Kevin. You just upset because the black guy's getting beat. That's why. You know, that's exactly what's wrong with Kevin. He did not come to watch fucking Lamont Roach get beat. He came to fucking totally watch Lamont Roach win. The jab for Zepeda has been really fucking effective tonight. Really effective. Round 8. How much more does Roach have in him as far as the beating he's taking? Because, like, he's taking a fucking beating. Obviously, he's game and tough and a dog. But right now, he's thinking, fuck, man, I'm losing this fight. I can't keep this motherfucker off me. And that left to the body is not fucking comfortable. Roach's eye is starting to close. Uppercut. Throw some uppercuts, Zepeda. See, this has been a masterclass performance from Zepeda, but obviously not a boxing masterclass, just a fucking beat your ass fucking masterclass. Go in there, outwork you, outland you, and start to break you mentally, frustrate you, get you asking questions, make you feel fucking really uncomfortable. Eyes swelling, nose bleeding, ribs hurting. When you put this performance against the last two performances that Lamont Road had, it really fucking exemplifies it even more so. Man, easy work. Easy work. 7-1. And I'm being generous giving him 1 round. Because in truth, I don't think there's any round he fucking won. Eagle gonna hate that. Dante gonna hate that. LDBC gonna hate that. John Boxing gonna hate that. Just imagine what kind of excuses John comes up with after this fight. Ring IQ says after 4 rounds, 4-0 Zepeda is outworking Roach. Roach only countering in spots, but can't keep up with Zepeda. Yeah, exactly. He also thought the first 4 rounds were fucking Zepeda rounds. Like, He's getting outlanded in every single fucking round, from round one to fucking round eight. Now we're in round nine. I want to see a big body shot really fucking take the gas out of fucking Roach's fucking tank, so that by round, what did I say, round 11, Zepeda can get the stoppage. If he stops fucking Roach, that would be huge. The dude's a buzzsaw, man. Not the hardest puncher, but precise, aggressive, different angles. You know, he's throwing punches from all over. He's not fucking right in front. He takes a step to the side, look right there, step to the side, turning his opponent. Like, this is not a rudimentary Mexican aggressive type of fighter. He's got fucking some skills in there. He's winning the battle of the jabs all fucking night. Even though these scorecards, I mean, 77, 77, 78, it's like, really, you guys are giving Roach far too much credit. Yeah, Mannix, it should be fucking 8 rounds to 0. Good jabs, good body work, in, out, picking his spots, picking his time, not standing in there fucking allowing Roach to be effective. It's a great performance from Zepeda. Keep hitting that body, switching angles again, the opposite side. Good round, Zepeda. That was a better round from Roach, but he still lost that round. LDBC having it tough the last 2 weeks with Roach and Spence and Puff Daddy. What's Puff Daddy? Who's Puff Daddy? You mean the rapper? What happened to Puff Daddy? Did I miss something? But yeah, they definitely having it hard because they fucking felt Spence was easily going to beat Tim Zoo, and they felt Roach was fucking easily going to beat fucking Zepeda, and that shit did not fucking age well. But for Shakur Stevenson, this is a fucking victory that has aged like fine wine. Unlike Bud Crawford's victories over Errol Spence, which obviously aged fucking terribly. If Spence would have came back, beat Tim Zoo, that would have been significant. Then he would have put himself into a world title fight to try to become a two-weight world champion, right? But no, he's going off into retirement and having people try to justify him being a Hall of Famer because he beat 7 future, present world champions. 7. I knew he's beat what, 17? I don't know, 13? And he's fucking fighting garbage. His resume doesn't add up to anything. I'm surprised he's only landed 164 punches. I thought it's more than that. How many punches has Roach landed? Jab. Up jab. Nice jab. Nice jab. There you go. What a flurry. Hit the body. Good shot. Good left hand. Like, literally, he's doing nothing off the ropes, just getting hit. Changing angles again. Zepeda trying to get that left hand to the body. Nice right hand from Roach. Obviously, he landed one punch, so he must have won that round. Roach is trying. He's game, as you would think. Jab to the body, Zepeda. I think that's a punch that will be effective right now. Stiff jab to the body, and then fucking big right over the top. Easy work. Easy work. Round 11. Is this the round I predicted the KO? I don't think I'm going to get it, but you never know. 12th round TKO. Okay, so maybe I still got time. Hit that body. They gave Roach that round because, of course, he landed a punch. I guess you forgot the fucking 20 fucking undefended punches against the ropes that Zepeda fucking threw and landed against fucking Roach. It's crazy. Again, I guarantee you that Zepeda outlanded fucking Lamont Roach in the fucking 10th round. Look at the engine on fucking Zepeda. It's round fucking 11. Oh, nice little uppercut from Roach. That's probably the best punch he landed all fight. Keep throwing that jab, Zepeda. That punch has been your number one shot all night, especially backing up because he walks right into it. Obviously, you're going to have to give Roach that round because he landed an uppercut, even though the punches landed is 22 to fucking 3. Nice right hand from Roach. Good jab from Zepeda. Use that jab, buddy. Dude's head is too stationary. It's right there for the fucking jab all day. So this is supposed to be open scoring. I haven't even seen open scoring fucking since when? That's why I hate this open scoring. Open scoring should be every round fucking on the screen, fucking show the three judges. Boom, boom, boom. You don't have to count up, you don't have to add it. Just tell us what they did for that fucking round. And then at the end, you can fucking show us the overall score. It's been a much better round for Roach. Potentially, you could give him that round, but he still got outlanded that round as well. But that is easily the most definitive round that Roach has had in the whole fight, round 11. Because Zepeda just doesn't need to be aggressive now. He knows he's winning fucking clearly. He sees the scoring. He knows he's up. So for him, I just need to be safe now. I don't need to get caught by something that potentially could knock me out. So, right. And that's basically what he did that round. Still outlanded fucking Lamont Roach, though. The uppercut, of course, you know they're going to show that. They're always going to highlight fucking what Roach does. Round 12. Stellar performance from fucking William Zepeda. Stellar performance. I don't think I'm going to get my 12th round knockout, but the way the fight was going, I don't think my prediction was way off. It did look like potentially he could beat the stuffing and beat the fight out of Roach. But Roach is tough, right? Roach is a dog. He didn't come here to fucking get beat. So right now his pride is on the line. So he's gonna fucking try everything he can, knowing that he's fucking down on the cards. And Zepeda knows he's up on the cards. So at that time he just needs to fucking be smart. Good body shot, Zepeda. Keep using that jab. He's walking to you, so he's just gonna walk right into punches. You just need to fucking walk him in, land the jab, walk him into shots. He's gonna be over aggressive because he needs to land something big. I wonder what Bud, Tim, and Sean are gonna say after this fight. Because you know they were picking Lamont Roach to win. Nice left hand from Zepeda. That's why I say he's gonna walk right into stuff, right? You just need to fight behind your jab and just catch him. Good shot, good body shot. Roach don't have much left. He's not ending too big. Trying to land one big shot. Swinging for the fences. Great performance from Zepeda. Great performance. 9-3. Of course. That's the thing. Black American dudes always fucking favor black American guys. But that's not racist. But when trainer Garcia picks Mexican fighters, he's being racist. You can't make this shit up. I know the brother's gonna pick the brothers. I don't fucking hate on it. I know they're gonna do it. Just like I know Mexicans are gonna pick Mexicans. Me, I'm an outlier. You don't know who I'm gonna pick. I picked this fight because I knew volume was gonna beat low volume. And that's exactly what happened. Fuck, I predicted it perfectly. I didn't get my 12th round TKO, but you could see the writing was on the wall that the possibility of that was there. Why do they have these guys talking but nobody can hear them? No one hears you, Sean Porter. Career performance from Zepeda. Hurt his hand. Why the brothers upset? Why are you upset? He won. Fucking dominated. Clearly. Of course, he's finally a world champion. A kid's dream finally fulfilled. He will, but he'll make it racial. He'll probably talk about Gary Russell, right? And the volume that I said. And of course, talk about PEDs and that. And it's like, fine, you can do that. But then you're admitting Gary Russell's a fucking cheat too. Thank you very much. Black Mexican. Humble guy. Good response. Dellahoy is like, what about me? Talk to me. I want to talk. I always want to be the guy that's talked it out. Zepeda. Hey, be careful out there. There's kids on the street. Congratulations, Zepeda. Great performance. Stellar performance. Not much you could say about that. That was just a career defining performance from William Zepeda. Hats off to him. And as I said, Roach, tough as nails, right? I thought uh, after around the seventh, eighth round, potentially I'd be getting my 12th round stoppage, especially the way he was not enjoying some of those body shots. But he showed that he's tough. He's a dog. He was not fucking coming to get embarrassed in there, even though he was outworked, which is what I said was going to happen. Who's he talking to now? The Mexicans. But you got to be respectful to Lamont Roach. Even after a humbling defeat like that, he ain't running out of the ring to fucking run away. There you go. Power punches landed. Ah, man, I think it's much fucking total punches thrown, 884. Punches landed, jabs landed, 76, 142, 200 and something against 260 something. But I think it was a little more fucking skewed than that. But listen to what the brothers got to say. So, what's next for William Zepeda? This is the question. This is the question. I don't think he's going to unify next because Muratalla is going to move up in weight. Obviously, maybe if they made the offer where you guys fought in the same card today, we could do a unification fight, big money fight, right? Pay per view, right? Maybe Raymond would think, okay, maybe one more time I can cut down weight to take on this fight. Mason, obviously, they're not going to go that direction. And who's the other champion currently there? Let's just check. So one. So Muratalla just won. WBA is vacant. Floyd Schofield is obviously being elevated. Isn't he going to fight Lucas Bad Eye? So you got that fight. Floyd Schofield versus Zepeda. That'd be a good fight. Jadio Herrera, the Cuban fighter, is the interim champion. What's the WBC with all these fucking interim champions? Like scumbags. WBA doesn't have listed any fucking regular champions, but WBC has these fucking interim champions everywhere. So you got the Jadio Herrera fight, but would you fight him? Does that fight make sense? You could fight a Schofield. That fight would be a big money fight. You could fight Zepeda Lomachenko. Yes, you could do that as well. I would love that. I would love to see Lomachenko step back up to 135 to try to take on Zepeda. But I was happy to see him fight Navarrete as well. But either way, right? Fight at 135, become a champion by beating Zepeda, go down and fight Navarrete, become a champion at 130. I mean, at this point, I don't think Lomachenko's fighting for titles. I think he's fighting uh, for Donero, right? And then, of course, you have Abdullah Mason with the WBO. Um, you got some good opponents like Alan Chavez, obviously Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes deserves a big fight because his performance against Abdullah Mason was fucking stellar. Obviously, Andy Cruz deserves another opportunity. Jose Valenzuela. Why is Jose Valenzuela listed at 135? He's not a 135 fighter. He's 140. They also got Gary Russell listed here. Gary Russell's a champion at fucking 140 pounds. WBA is fucking mental. How do you put dudes that aren't even at the weight class in your rankings? Here's probably what's next. Stephen Fulton is also there as well and ranked by the IBF. Maybe you could do a Mark Magsaia fight, right? Mark Magsaia versus William Zepeda for his WBC title. Obviously, it's his first defense. You don't need to unify titles right away, coming off of uh, a career-defining victory. Look at that ring; looks nice. But when are you going to wear that? Somebody's just going to steal it and hawk it. Congrats to Cepeda. Hell of a performance. You definitely surprised me, Lamont. Keep your head up, family. It comes with the territory. That's why I say that age fucking that fight a victory aged very well for Shakur. Because Shakur was picking Lamont Roach to win, right? He did not think that fucking Lamont would get his ass beat. The brothers are all fucking shocked. Belt to ass. Solid card for sure. Tim Bradley, I'll bust you upside your head. I went with my heart. Funny, Tim Bradley. But thanks everyone for jumping in. I'm going to feed the dog, take a piss, and buy a coffee. Good to see you. Wish me luck. Tomorrow I got to go back to work after 2 week vacation. That's going to be mentally fatiguing, but I'm sure you guys have to had to deal with it all summer. So there you go. But peace out. Enjoy. I will see you guys later this week, going live midweek to talk about fights that are coming up next weekend. And of course, talking about the news that filters down after, of course, everybody's reaction to this weekend of boxing. So thanks for jumping in. I will see you next time. Peace out. Be good. Later.